What's going on, guys? It's Tang. We're doing a comic book vlog for the week of August 19th, I believe. So, word of note, and I'm giving a warning, I am back at school, going for my graduate degree for bio. So you might not see many videos, and I might not be able to upload as many as I would like. So do bear with me, because a graduate student working, studying, and trying to do videos is kind of a lot, so be lenient, guys, please. And I might not respond to comments as I would like, but I will do what I can, but I'm no superhuman. Anyway, we are going to talk about some good stuff and skim over some bad stuff because my last video was way too long and it took forever to edit. First off is Archie number 2, and oh man, I love this comic. Not to mention, I will admit, I love the artist and the writer because it's so colorful and emotive. The characters are so full of expression. And for this comic, for this issue, it is basically Archie trying to get a job to fix his car, but he's such a klutz, so his friends are trying to help him. But as klutzful as he is, he does lose his job. But we also get to see him break. Well, it gets to the point where he does something so bad that he gets fired from the job, and he tries to fix the mess he made during the night. And during the night, he gets to see Veronica and her dad come to look over the construction of the mansion because they're going to be moving in. And he kind of causes a bulldozer to go rumbling through the still on the process of constructed mansion, and it leaves a impression on Veronica. So when Archie gets back, he finds that his car is magically fixed by Betty. He doesn't know, but his dad knows. And at the end, Betty makes a wish. Boy, I possibly can't imagine what she wished for. You know, she still longs for him. Darn it, Archie. She still wants you. Anyway, for this issue, I really like the coloring and how I probably should compliment the writer, because in some panels you see not words or narration, but action in the panels, which really expresses the character, gives them personality. For example, with Betty, when she's getting ready for her birthday party, she's getting ready, putting on makeup, and she's really fumbling around with her eyeliner and fake eyelashes and artsy nails and all that, and all to basically just like yell out, in frustration. So I really like that. And I'm really looking forward to the love triangle, of course, since it's Archie, Veronica, and Betty, and Archie. But I'm really looking forward to it, so I can't wait till the next month. Next up is Hexed. I'm not much. I've never really read the series, so this is probably the last issue of the series. I have no clue what's going on. It's basically witches bringing out like terms I don't even know. I don't know what's going on, but it's pretty, I will admit. It's got good art, and I can't really talk about it. It's kind of like cartoony Michael Turner, but I like it, kind of. If I had started this at issue 1, I probably would have liked it, but seeing as how I started at the end, nope. Anyway, going with Empty Zones, issue number 3. So in the aftermath of the issue 2, the main character, Corinne, loses her mechanical arm, has to get it fixed, and so she asks her buddy to kind of jack into her so that they can talk in private inside her mind, and they go through some memories. Apparently somebody uploaded memories into her data core, so she has nanobots, so they, she's kind of like a human computer. And at the end, God, okay, so remember how this issue has 2 girls kissing, so that's basically what we get at the end. They start having sex, and the black woman gets shot. by a zombie robot looking guy. I will not even show the sex. Okay, but yep, that we'll stop there. Next up, I like the art though. It was good. Next up, welcome back. This is very intriguing. This is a very intriguing comic. So it's kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but set in a normal modern world full of, you know, war and all that. Its premise is old warriors, probably like a legion of warriors, fighting in a war with another legion of warriors. You know, they're tasked to kill each other. So when they kill each other, they reincarnate, and their adversary follows them to the next life. You know, they kill themselves too. So in this one, a girl by, I forget her name, I believe it's Mabel, let's check. It's really good, I really like it. It's Maisie Bell, is a reincarnation of like a samurai, Viking, you know, Apache warrior and all that. And so she knows that she knows her situation, that she will be forced to fight someone, and it's interesting enough. So since I read the intro, you can kind of guess how the ending will probably play out. That when Maisabel finds her destined adversary, they're gonna kill each other basically. So with that, I really like the art. It's I wouldn't say it is basically cartoonish. Maybe like more smooth Samurai Jack. Maybe a mix of Dexter's Laboratory with Samurai Jack. And I really like that. And hopefully it'll be good, because I have another comic by the same publisher, but it's Arcadia, but I'm probably gonna drop Arcadia soon if I don't like it. It's starting to get boring. I've reread it a few times and it's like, eh. But for this one, I think it'll be good. Next up is Rat Queens. I bought this on a whim, and because Steven Sepchik is doing the art, and when I read it, I have no clue what's going on. But we're gonna leave it at that, because it's good art for the most part, you know, medieval time, but with strong female characters, cussing a storm, cursing, killing. I don't know. I thought I could handle this, but I don't know. Kinda reminds me of Saga and its vulgarity and stuff. Saga is vulgar. Rat Queens is vulgar as well. Not to my taste. Next up, Invader Zim. Okay, for this one, Zim is going to a bunch of tourist-type planets, and Dib is following him. With that, Dib is always a step behind. He's always missing Zim by like a few hours, probably. But he does end up finding the person that Zim was looking for, which is a creator of a big satellite, I believe. And they get the coordinates and all that. And it's random as Invader Zim can be. Basically, at the end, they find the satellite, and Dib and Zim are like chasing each other around, and for 2 hours, so Zim gets lost. But he does find the place he was looking for in the satellite, and it was basically to upload footage of Fat Dib training, and he uploads it to like bunch of planets in the universe, and as a sort of what do you call it? Mockumentary. You know, the funny shows with the laugh tracks. I forget what it's called. Whatever. When you're trying to find words and they're on the tip of your tongue. Phenomenal. And it basically humiliates Dib. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm not sure if the Invader Zim comics will be episodic, or, you know, will tie into each other as we move along, because you know how Invader Zim was 15 minutes episodes, and sometimes they didn't really tie in that well together. No continuity. We'll see. Next up, Black Canary. Okay, for the most part, seems like Dinah was married to a person whose organization wants the girl that Dinah's protecting, and it seems like the girl that Dinah's protecting is an alien. What? I mean, that's out of nowhere, but it's very actiony, and I really can't complain. I mean, it's nothing much to talk about, but it does seem like Dinah's ex-husband has amnesia. Like, there was an incident, and he might still have feelings, even though he's forgotten, since he watched some videos of their past, like somebody recorded. And in the end, what's her name? The girl gets kidnapped. Yeah, I mean, can you talk more about that? Yeah, I don't know if I can talk any more about this. It's pretty standard DC. It's alright. Art's as good as it is. Very colorful, kind of monotone in certain parts, but it's good. Next up is Silk. Silk what? Silk, number 6. Okay. For this one, Cindy's got kidnapped. Cindy's been kidnapped. Black Cat wants to kill the guy who kidnapped Cindy because the guy also tried to kill Black Cat. And she does just that. Sadly, the guy who did the kidnapping and hurt Black Cat knew where Cindy's parents were. And Cindy's ticked off. So she gets in a fight with Black Cat. In the fight, she has to cut her hair because Black Cat did, like, you know, is hanging onto her hair out of a window. Cindy fell out of a window and Black Cat's holding onto her hair. Yeah, okay. And Black Cat does get away. So Cindy, now knowing that she has problems, decides to call, I believe, Sinclair or something to get some help, and busts up her bunker and finds a camera in her room that was spying on her. So, and she vows that when she finds this person watching her, that she's gonna tear him up. It was good. You know, for the most part, the Silk comics have had very cartoony, anime-esque art, manga-esque art, and I really like it. Kind of, you know, since she's Japanese, Asian, something, I don't know. Can't tell in the comics. She looks, I don't remember what she is. She might be Korean, Japanese, or Chinese, but I can't tell. But it kind of matches with her nationality, so I really find that amusing to look at. And I like it. But at the end, it's tying into Secret Wars. So, world blows up. We'll see what happens to her next time, though. Next, Swords of Sword, Vampirella, and Jennifer Blood. Okay, you know, I'm kind of sick of the bad guy Chastity. You know, I need to read the original Chastity series, but I'm not sure she was such a bad person that she would side with she would side with evil. Even if it meant she could rewind time to before she became a vampire. But Vampirella and Jennifer Blood are fighting Chastity and her hordes of evil minions that are controlled by Prince Charming, and Chastity ends up failing to get the sword and killing Vampirella and Jennifer. And the aftermath is Vampirella returns to her world. I mean, yeah, I guess. It was good, though. I mean, I'm kind of sick of the evil Chastity at this point. I just want her to not get the shaft, because she's had a horrible, horrible life. Dynamite rebooted it and just horrible things to her. Killed her boyfriend. God. So I really want a reboot again. Make her good. I mean, as good as you can get for a vampire hunter. Right? This one, Van Helsing versus Dracula by Zenscope, and I also have the variant cover, which I like better. I like this one a lot better. But for this story, I forget her name. Linda Van Helsing, I believe, is Lisa Van Helsing. Okay, who is dating Hades, Greek mythology Hades, and they're investigating one of their friends' wife who seems to be possessed by Dracula, looks like. And for the most part, you know, Lisa decides that they should just keep the wife tied up on the bed, but Hades decides that he wants the wife to lead him to Dracula, and he does just that. I do not remember what else there was. Looks like that was basically it. There wasn't really much to go on about. And the end is basically Lisa discovers what Hades did. And not much. I mean, we'll see. It's the first issue, nothing really happens. Now another one, Midnight Society, Scooby-Doo meets Gore, kind of, for this comic. I forget her name. Matilda is trying to find her her associate who went missing at the Rock, and she goes in this little mini sub with another person, and as they're searching, strange things goes on. You know, the main ship, you know, that's tethered to all the mini subs is somehow destroyed, and then all the other subs are destroyed. So something creepy's going on. It's based on Loch Ness Monster, and it seems like Matilda is a fantastical creature, probably a nymph, a water nymph, or a mermaid, because as they're in the sub, her eyes go black, and she starts, like, black liquid falls down from the eyes, and she even mentions that she can see without the sublights. She can see farther out into the black water of the loch. It's really interesting. I like it. And in the end, for this issue, the Loch Ness Monster destroys their sub, and we don't know if they made it out alive. I'm probably expecting Matilda to live, but the other guy, not sure. Next up, Vampirella. For this one, Vampirella. It's been a while since we had a Vampirella, so getting this back is always good. For this one, it seems like Vampirella can see the previous Lord of the Vampires in her mind. Like, he's appearing in random spots and talking to her, and she doesn't know if it's her figment of her imagination. But it seems like he's appearing because, you know, she drank his blood when she killed him. But it's basically he's advising her on what to do as ruler of the vampires, and the vampires are not very happy about Vampirella being ruler, some of them anyway. And in the end, they manage to capture Vampirella's current boyfriend, who's a werewolf, and they won't give him back until she forsakes rule of the vampires. You know, she has to return the blood of the previous ruler and give it to the next one that wants it. But the previous ruler's son comes in and they fight, and Vampirella does forsake rule to the son. So it all works out in the end. Vampirella becomes non-ruler of the vampires and returns to hunting monsters, and she gets a new friend. Forget, like the butler that she had when she was ruling. Not too bad. I mean, I guess it's the end of this arc. We'll probably get more Vampirella eventually. Just don't know when, but oh yeah, we still have to see her sister. Her sister's gone missing. We'll see where she goes. From there, it's always good. Next, Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows. Let's sum this up pretty quick. Spider gets captured along with Sandman, who is part of S.H.I.E.L.D. The Mary Jane and her daughter are kidnapped as actually S.H.I.E.L.D. agents trying to protect her. And as Peter is meets Regent, he is put in a tube and his powers are sucked up for use by Regent because he wants to destroy Doom. And it seems like the plot for every Secret Wars comics is to destroy Doom. What is wrong with you people? Doom is, okay, sure he's God, but I guess you want to destroy God and get power. Oh my god. I don't know if I like the Secret Wars event. The overall Secret Wars is so kind of generic for me. But anyway, Sandman's housing like black portal inside of him, made by one of Spider-Man's adversaries, I believe. And they do, in time, at the end, Sandman signals that the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to go through the portal and attack Regent while he's still distracted and stuff. And Mary Jane and Annie May Parker decide that they want to help too, so they go into the portal as well. And we end there. For the most part, it's kind of alright. I mean, I like seeing the Mary Jane Peter Parker thing, so it's alright. Next, Phantom Blue. I don't know if I can talk about this one much, because I cannot remember character names. So, we'll just talk a little bit about the art. And kind of a plot synopsis if I can. Art's alright. I mean, it's straight far from Michael Turner's very vivid art style, but since Michael Turner's dead, and but for the plot, it's as generic as it can be. This team of human-like water people trying to capture a rogue water person, I don't know, the elite blues. So they're trying to capture an elite blue, I think. And they do. And they work together. You know, they had like some initial difficulties with teamwork, but in the end they do work together. It's pretty generic, but let's see. I mean, Phantom is pretty good because it kind of explores discrimination between, you know, if they were like mer people and they meet humans for the first time. Okay, almost done. Wonder Woman. I don't know. The art changed this time around, and I'm kind of bummed out by that. So, Donna, who has been freed by one of the gods, wants to end her life by meeting the Fates, but the Fates don't have her thread. And finding a dead end, you know, she wanders off. But apparently somebody comes in and kills the Fates, and later on Wonder Woman comes in, discovers the dead Fates, and thinks it's Donna that did it. And in the end of the comic, the guy that Wonder Woman has been fighting and who's been harassing her decides to fight her and engages briefly, but leaves to only shoot her with an arrow, which knocks her out. I think it might be poison, so we end there. This comic was alright. I mean, I was initially skeptical, but it was interesting to read, because I was worried. I was mostly worried about the art, and, you know, when they did a different artist. And the artist is alright. Certain panels he does good, or her, whoever did it. Certain panels they did alright, but it's touch and go sometimes. Finally, we got Armor Wars. Tony's bad. Tony's a bad guy. What's his name? The Thor of this world. The Thor is a police corps in this world. So the leader of them wants to know who killed SpiderMan. Thinks it's the Kingpin. It wasn't the Kingpin. So they fight. Kingpin dies. And he finds out that it was actually Tony Stark who did it, and he gets killed. Sends that data that he just found out to his niece, and now the niece and Spider-Man's still alive girlfriend decide that it's time to take the fight to Tony Stark, and in a Pacific Rim style, they will be fighting with giant mechs, which I have to admit I like giant mechs. So hopefully this won't be disappointing, because it's going to be finishing up in the next issue. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint. I hope. For the most part, it was a good week, kind of. Nothing too bad. But it was alright. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like or subscribe or comment down below. And please follow me on Twitter or Google+. I think that's all I have to say. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching now. Catch you guys later. See ya.